Gents, girls and boys, how you doing today? Danny Stewart for BassJapanDirect.com with a quick naked sound review on this beautiful STR LS548. It's not a 549 because those came later when they developed their own bridge. This is a 548. It's from the late 2000s or early 2010s, and it's before they developed their own bridge, which had a 19mm spacing, and then you got the 549. So 548 means it's a 5-string with a 34-inch scale and an 18mm spacing, as opposed to the 549, which is the same, but it has a 19mm spacing. Okay, so that's the only difference. And that's just because they were using third-party hardware before they established their own bridge, which came a bit later, I think around 2013, which was about the time that I started demonstrating for STR and Bacchus, which are both from the same mother company. The parent company is called Divisor, and they produce a lot of high-end OEM instruments for various brands, also international brands as well, not just Japanese brands. So while I waffle about this, I'm just going to warm up a little bit and talk a little bit more about the instrument. So yeah. Yeah, the construction of the STR it's something that really impressed me. I think the first time I played one was in about 2006, when I had time between. I used to teach business English, corporate English, so I would go to companies around the city here in Tokyo, and I'd have a lot of time between clients to just wander around basically. And one of my hobbies, it still is actually, is city walking. So I would walk from one client to another. That would take me through various places. So I think I had a client in Shibuya, and I decided to go to Key Music, or no, not Key Music. I went to the bass collection, Ikebe bass collection, and there they had some STR, and I had to try them, and I was smitten from that point on. I also tried Bacchus as well around that time, which come from, of course, the Divisor family. So yeah, they're just excellent instruments. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, so that's on the rear pickup with the tone down. But yeah, I was just I've always been very impressed with STR. You know, perfect necks, very nice low action, gorgeous materials. This one is like a flame koa, I think, with an ash body. Really beautiful quality materials, matching headstock, you know, details on the back there with the that lovely little heel at the headstock there. The headstock's angled for better string tension, so you don't need a retainer nut. You've got a deep joint there for good sustain. So yeah, the sustain is wonderful on this. staccato or anything. That's just, you know, that's what you get with the sustain on this thing. So it's gorgeous. And if I open the tonal, yeah. So oh yeah, and I forgot to talk about the video at the beginning. Yeah, of course, you heard it in action there, with some of my favorite musicians in town. Those guys are great. That's Mike Marrington on the drums, and got Alberto Garcia on the guitar there, and Craig Chivers on the keyboard. So a big shout out to those guys. I play with those guys relatively often. If I get invited, if I'm lucky enough to be invited to be in the house band for their jam, which I have been maybe 3 or 4 times now, you know, I get to play with them, and it's always a lot of fun, and they always pick some interesting tunes to play for the house band set. And it's very much a session. You know, we go there with no rehearsal, and we have to we have to find ourselves the charts or listen and learn by ear if we don't know the tune already, and then we go and play. You know, all we've got is sound check time. So it's always a challenge, but yeah, they're great musicians, so they make it a lot easier to sit in there and play. Anyway, so I was playing this bass, and you heard it in. Let's go to balance mode. So this is balance mode parallel, and then we do have a series switch. If you pull up on the volume knob there on the front, and that makes it a bit thicker and warmer sounding. So it's fantastic for slap. Don't really need to talk more about that. Let's go back to parallel mode, front pickup toned down, and just so the front pickup is actually what you've got here. You've got the pickups which are in 60s position basically, but they're a tiny little bit, compared to a normal jazz bass, they're a tiny little bit further towards the bridge. So that's why you get a little bit more of a nice stinking honk on the rear pickup. And the front pickup sounds a little bit more, it's not quite as throaty as you would get on a normal jazz bass. Yeah, it's a bit smoother. So that's with the tone all the way down. You've heard it finger style a little bit, you've heard a little bit palmy. Just a minute, I've got to get the door. I'll be back in a sec. That will be a bass arriving. There we go. Back again. Yeah. So it's not as throaty or growly as on a normal jazz bass. It's a little bit more conservative. It's smoother. It's silkier. It actually sounds pretty good for slap as well. It's not bad for slap. But certainly balanced is perfect for slap. It's like bang on the money for and this is a passive bass, by the way. Let's just have a listen to it. Let's rock out a little bit with the tone up there. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit more conservative. You can hear a little bit of throatiness there, but certainly not as much as you would get on a P bass or a normal jazz bass, especially in terms of recording. You know, where you want a good balance. And this instrument is obviously built for more contemporary styles of music, more across maybe R&B, soul, funk, fusion, and pop, rather than going for like hard rock or anything like that. Yeah, and I think it's really well put together. It's absolutely stunning to look at, and you know, this one's a relatively rare one, being one of the earlier ones with without the original STR bridge, because it's before those days. So yeah, it's a fantastic instrument, ladies and gents. I thoroughly recommend it. Thanks a lot for listening and putting up with my waffle. And if you do like my videos or find them informative in any way, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.